Welcome back. Well, today I am joined by Dr. Peter Dang Vu, who is here on behalf of MemorialCare Medical Group. Well, Dr. Dang Vu, very nice to meet you. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Now, preventative medicine, of course, is always, I think, our goal, regardless of what kind of medicine we're referring to. And, preventative is something that's always on our mind. What can we do to be healthier? What can we do to prevent ourselves from getting disease? Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into this area.
Sure. Well, my name is Peter Dang Vu, and I've been a family physician probably for about 23 years or so. And I initially started in Huntington Beach, but I came down this way to Laguna Woods. I grew up in Irvine. I went to school at UC Irvine for my undergrad, then went to medical school at the Medical College of Pennsylvania, and then came back to Southern Cal and did my family medicine residency here at Irvine. So I didn't go too far.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, and my mother lives in Lake Forest. My mother-in-law lives in Laguna Woods. So I thought after 22 years in Huntington Beach, I wanted to be a little closer to my family, and that's why I'm back here, down here. So
I think that's great. I mean, that's nice. And then, of course, you've got somebody who can watch you and give you personal feedback on how you did on your interview.
that's right.
Now, so you've been over here at MemorialCare for approximately how long?
So I've been here at MemorialCare since June, and the commute has been so much better since coming down here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you're just right up the street. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then you've been a family practitioner. Is there anything in particular that you enjoy about that aspect of your line of work?
The best thing about family medicine is I get to see the whole family. Everybody from kids to seniors, and I actually have several families that I see, from kids to the parents, the grandparents, and the in-laws of those parents. So it's been really nice about that.
Oh, that is great. And then, of course, your primary business and what you do is like you said, preventative care, as well as general medical advice and exams and things like that.
That is correct.
Okay. All right, great. So let's talk about, a family history. You said you see the whole family. So, I mean, in doing so, you would be able to advise younger members of that family, like, hey, your grandmother had this. Is that helpful for you?
Oh, it's absolutely vital that we get the interesting, information from our family history. For example, let's say there's a family history of colon cancer or breast cancer or diabetes. We want to know all that information because, that's going to be helpful for us as far as with preventive medicine to kind of watch for certain signs and things.
Okay. All right. And then what about preventative medicine is probably your best advice to all of your patients?
Right. So preventive medicine, the idea behind preventive medicines is that physicians are wanting to focus on disease prevention and health promotion, thereby trying to keep people as well as communities from getting sick, and many things require, careful thought and preparation. Sometimes we kind of need to be cautious and take precautions like, checking in with our doctor. A great expression for that kind of behavior is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. We got that from one of our founding fathers, Mr. Benjamin Franklin. But yeah, that's why it's so important to get the family medicine or the family history, as well as, the preventive screenings that we get to do when we come in for physical things.
So, of course, we just came out of, some severe 2 years of pandemic, and frightening as it was, a lot of good things have come out of it. And I think maybe people are probably taking a look at their health a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Okay. So you would say that people might be taking a little bit more look at, looking at preventative medicine for fear that something might happen to them in the long run.
That's correct.
Now, in regards to vaccinations, now, of course, there's a variety of vaccinations to choose from. Most people over the age of 55 here in our community, nonetheless, have been vaccinated for COVID-19, primarily because we and MemorialCare provided vaccination clinics for everyone. But it seems as though everyone is taking it very seriously. So I'm imagining many of your patients are doing the same.
That is correct. And one of the wonderful things about coming down to Laguna Woods is that I know the majority of the population here have been vaccinated for COVID-19.
And what kind of preventative screening should people over the age of 55 consider?
There's quite a few, actually. We can start with just vaccinations. Besides the COVID-19 vaccines, there's the tetanus booster that we want to get every 10 years or so. And then starting at age 50 and up, we have, the shingles vaccine, because people don't really want to get shingles. It's quite painful and it can last a while. As far as for preventive screenings, obviously the annual physical exams are important. But starting at age 50 and up, we recommend people go and get their colonoscopies to screen for colon cancer.
Right.
For women, we want them to get their annual breast screenings, which, depending on what school of thought or what guideline you want to go with, is usually between 1 to 2 years. And then starting at age 65, there's also the screens for bone density for women.
Oh, I didn't realize that was not until age 65. Okay.
Right. A lot of us sometimes will do it earlier, depending on the health history. If the family history here is an important thing. That if we have a family history of osteoporosis, we may want to do the screen sooner than later.
All right, excellent. And then, just as an overall, is there anything that I have missed that you would like to let maybe new patients or your existing patients know?
I just really believe firmly that preventive medicine can really help patients out. And, if you haven't gone in to get your physicals in a while, it's important to follow up, get some routine blood work done every year. And really, we hope that we can try to prevent things from occurring or maybe even delaying that. As new guidelines come out all the time, it's really important to kind of keep in touch with us.
Yeah, I think that's a great advice, great plan of attack, because for sure, like you mentioned, technology changes so rapidly, and some of the age parameters change as well. I know that's been happening for, some of the cancer screenings and things like that. So awesome information. Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
It was very nice to meet you too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And if you want more information about anything we've discussed or about MemorialCare locations, you can go to memorialcare.org/Laguna Woods. We'll be right back.